bitterly cold day here in Canada,
Freezing.
let's go over, and this is part 1 of global metal. Let's head over to warmer climates, a country close to your heart, Greece.
Greece.
Yeah, the pantheon of power metal.
Do you know any Greek words, Alan?
Re,
Re.
tzatziki,
Okay, good. Elada, can you say Elada?
alada.
That's Greece in Greek.
Oh, well, that's great.
So as you know, very close to my heart. Both my parents were born in Greece. I was born in Canada. And as we know, there's political turmoil right now in Greece. And what happens when there's political turmoil in a country? What happens?
Great music.
Great music. An explosion of heavy metal from Greece.
For a small island, Jim, it's unbelievable the amount of quality metal bands that are coming out from that country.
Yes.
A long tradition, I mean, going back to
300.
the 300. In the ancient times, they were the original power metal bands with songs such as Kill All Philosophers, We Are Sparta, Rock and Roll, and Kill All Night.
That's right.
These are great, a great history there, great metal history in Greece. And you've come across, thanks to our viewers over in Greece.
We'll call them, what do we call them? Apollo 7.
We'll call it the Apollo 7.
These guys, their heart is in metal.
Oh my gosh.
And they just send us emails and all these great bands. And actually, Alan, I've listened to over 40 bands from Greece.
From Greece.
I wanted to compile a list of, capturing all the different genres of heavy metal, just to present it to everybody out there, so everybody knows that Greece is one of the best heavy metal capitals of the world.
There you go, Jim. Start us off.
Emerald Sun.
Emerald Sun.
Regeneration.
There you go.
Halloween meets Ed Guy. Maybe a little lighter on that side, but that guy's got a great voice in the band.
I agree. I mean, you can see all the classic influence. Each of these bands, actually, all the ones that we looked at, you can really see, it's almost as paying tribute or an homage. They're doing their own thing, they're writing original music, but their influences are so strong, and each band has their own different sound. It's amazing. It's amazing atmosphere that's happening over there.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Septicflesh.
What a name of a band, Septicflesh.
A little clear sale will clear that up, by the way.
The Great Mass is their album that's out in 2011. And you know what? If you love death metal, you're gonna love these guys.
Mm.
It's that harsh death metal vocals, some really interesting lyrics, and an orchestra behind them, sort of setting the tone of death metal, Alan.
There you go.
So if you love death metal,
Trans-Siberian Orchestra meets Opeth.
After that, we got Strikelight. Now, you told me this before the show. You go, these guys sound like Iron Maiden, Paul Di'Anno years.
Yeah, early Brain Fever out of Germany. That early sound, with the punkish kind of vocals, or.
Yeah. This is a band that's sort of like a cult classic in Greece, so I thought I had to mention them. They're more in a genre of heavy metal.
Right.
I mean, they're just plain old, straight in your face heavy metal, but Taste My Attack by Strikelight. Check them out. Another very interesting band. Heathen Dome.
Oh,
Heathen Dome.
That's a big word.
Heathen Dome. I thought it was Heaven Dome, but it's Heathen Dome.
Heathen Dome.
Heathen Dome. Here's what happens when you got a prog band. You throw in a little Judas Priest,
okay,
and you have these really complex, long songs. This is a type of band that you listen to, and you really have to keep on listening to actually absorb all the music and all the intricacies of the vocals or the guitar work or all the songwriting. So check it out. I want you to go after the show. Go out and buy Heathen Dome, The Symbolist, Dakrya. What did you first think when you heard put on Dakrya?
I thought it was Heart meets Camelot meets Christy the Clown. The vocals, very, very original. Extremely original. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
I call it like circus rock. I mean, there's trade-offs in the vocals. There's actually 3 singers. There's 2 girls and 1 guy. And it's just this complex arrangement, wonderful melodies, wonderful harmonies.
All set to carnival music.
All set to carnival metal music. And they got that whole package going on because it's a visual sort of band as well as a musical. Anyways, it's something you could sit back and say, wow, this is completely refreshing. I really enjoyed it. Very catchy, very melodic. I really recommend them. We have Innocence. Innocence. I know this is a band that you
I'm telling you, this one for me was a step above everybody else. They were all great bands. But there's something about it. Maybe it was the production. I don't know. There's something a little bit more professional about them. I thought they were a mix between like Pink Cream 69, Place Vendôme. You see a lot of that with the influence there. Very good band, and very impressed with that. That's one. It's not Innocence as in I'm innocent. It's Innosense. Sense. Check that out.
Like, you make a lot of sense.
I try.
I would say, first of all, their album's called Outcast, and it's an ambient prog rock kind of music. Would you say that's a good definition of them?
Sure.
Ambient. There's a lot of dynamics. Like a vocalist with just a wonderful voice.
Oh.
Very moving. I cried sometimes. Then I got mad.
Oh my God.
Then I got happy again. Then I cried. Then I got happy. Very ambient, very dynamic vocals.
There's medication for that, Jim.
Firewind.
Firewind.
Now, who's Firewind?
That's what happens when you have too many jalapeno peppers the night before.
You get
Yeah,
Firewind. Gus G, the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, wonderful, incredible guitarist, and this is his side project, his band.
Firewind.
Power, I would call it power metal mixed in with guitar virtuoso.
Yeah, kind of like Rhapsody of Fire out of Italy. Kind of like that.
And like, it's always evolving, changing, mutating, because he's never, he's in Ozzy, then he's with Firewind, he's Ozzy, he's Firewind, so he's not having those consistent members over the years, but nevertheless, you gotta give him credit. I gotta mention his name, because Firewind's been out there, and he's holding the flag for Greece. Just like Alexander the Great.
Tell you, the quality coming out of Greece is incredible.
Wolf Cry.
Wolf Cry.
Wolf Cry. So what do you think of Wolf Cry? Wolf Cry.
Wolf Cry is, very modern sounding band, kind of like Sabaton with higher vocals and maybe a higher range. They're the ones that, out of all the ones I listen to, kind of fit into today's metal scene a little bit more. Some of them you see a lot of classic influence, like we named a few bands earlier. This one's kind of fits into where the modern music is right now with metal. I thought they were a good fit and very original again.
I agree with you, and their album is called Glorious. Here's a band who's had, I believe, 3 or 4 albums out, and this is probably one of their best albums. It fits in the lighter power metal, more heavy metal, power metal. The vocalist, again, another great voice from Greece. So many great vocalists from Greece. Check them out. That's Wolf Cry.
Listen, the warm
Glorious.
weather must be good for their...
It must be good. I don't know what it is. And great guitarist, great vocalist. Number 2,
Yes.
the Suicidal Angels.
Suicidal Angels. What do you got there, Jim?
I got these guys. Some sound like Slayer meets maybe a little bit of Metallica there.
They're
Definitely
a trash band. If you're really into trash,
Thrash.
Not
trash.
Thrash band, and you can hear early influences like Slayer, Exciter in there. But I think it's done to the modern sound. It pays homage to some of the classic thrash bands, but maybe done a little bit better. And they've learned, and they've added to where these other bands were 20 or 30 years ago. So
here comes. This is the last one. This is actually my
this is
favorite.
your favorite. I know.
This is my favorite.
I know. My favorite
favorite
got pushed way back, but your favorite is number 1. So.
Because I'm Greek.
Okay, it's
That's
okay.
what
I give it to you.
I wear the flag.
It's good today.
Okay, here it comes. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Metal band for me.
Yeah.
Not for Alan. Number 1 for me is. Ready?
Yes.
Can I say it?
Dexter Ward.
Dexter Ward.
I beat him to it.
The album's called Neon Lights.
Neon Lights.
Classic heavy metal. This is the genre of music that got me into heavy metal. This is where everything came from, and it's current. The album came out in 2011. Should have been on my top 10 list.
Wow.
But it wasn't, because I only heard about them later on. I love Dexter Ward. The singer is actually Italian. Bada bing. Bunch of Greek guys with Italian singer. The singer actually comes from the band Battle Roar.
Oh.
So does one of the guitarists. They started this new band called Dexter Ward. Their album's called Neon Lights. Classic heavy metal. Probably one of the best metal albums of the year. They kind of sound like Maiden in their sort of like Number the Beast, Killers era, but a more refined Diano.
Can we find these albums? Are they available on Amazon? Are they available on the internet? Are they considered imports? Are they strictly released in Greece? How do we get these?
I don't know. I don't know where to get these albums. You know what? Go on their website. And send them an email and say, "Listen, buddies, we want to buy your album."
That's what
Dexter Ward, Neon Lights, the best Greek metal band in Greece.
That's why we're doing this show. We want to promote these guys. You guys check out their websites. Go on there straight away. Hope you enjoy them. This was a learning experience. Nothing but great music coming out of Greece these days. Brothers in Arms.
The Apollo 7.
Thanks for sending us all these great suggestions. This is part 1 of Global Metal. We'll try to do different countries throughout the different episodes. And today,
and we'll see you next time.
Enjoy yourselves.